You're watching the ArmChair GM podcast. I'm Chris, and that's Dylan. Flames officially add a member to the team. And the signing of Suniev. Answer me this. Are the playoffs officially out of reach now? And why do we still not know what a goal is and is not in this day and age? Yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the ArmChair GM podcast.
Over the past few games, the Flames have been subject to some pretty harsh goal reviews. It's getting kind of old, and even that last one in Utah, there, pure nightmare fuel. Pure nightmare fuel.
You're a nightmare. It's the Weidman effect, dude.
Okay, show's over.
Just had to throw that out there right away.
Yeah, it's not.
I know
Weidman.
how much you appreciate it.
The refs are not out to get us. The NHL is not out to get us. Stop saying that. That's stupid. Chris is being sarcastic. I'm 99.9% sure. And if he's not, next time I'm in Calgary, I'm going to head over there and smack him in the face. No, it's just the refs are bad. And and Toronto doesn't know what a goal is and what a goal isn't, and they change their mind all the time. And frankly, you have to be able to see white on the other side of the puck, on the backside of the puck, in order for it to be called a good goal. And did you see any?
Yes.
So they just don't know what's going on.
And I brought it up even in our live after that game against Utah, and really what would appease, I think, most fans, whether it be for Flames or whatever team, is if at the end of the night the NHL just came out and actually listed why they made just the certain decisions that they made, just so make it clear for everybody so people know what the fuck they're doing. Because as it is right now, it's just we get to stare at the refs looking at an iPad, getting instruction from the league in Toronto, and then they make their call, and then that's it. And we're supposed to just be like, oh, okay, but why? tell me why.
And
I mean, to me, I saw white. I saw white on both sides of the puck. So to me, it just makes no sense. But if they can come out and tell me why, it may at least lessen it. Yeah. At least we can understand what the hell they're thinking, and then moving forward, there won't be so many questions when it comes to review time.
Me too, and it's same with the Joel Farabee. If it was blocker side and not glove side, it would have been a goal. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? If he impeded the goaltender, he impeded the goaltender. It shouldn't matter where the puck went in.
100%.
And I mean, he went into the crease on his own, but like, it was so minor, so tiny, and he barely made like, he did not affect the goalie's opportunity to make that save whatsoever, in my opinion. That is how they've been calling it, unfortunately. So that one is consistent, but it's stupid. It's stupid. It makes no sense, and it's the spirit of the game is being destroyed if you're not letting players slightly brush, I guess. Like,
it's still a contact sport. Like, obviously, you're not going to allow them to hit the goalie and impede their movement. But there is none of that. And I get, if they're going to call people in the blue paint across the board, fine. But then to come out and literally say to the player, if it was glove side, it was called one way. If it was blocker side, it was called another. That's not blue paint.
Especially,
that is completely different scenario.
The ref decision.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Like, it makes zero sense. Okay. And tell us what the fucking rule is, and then that's it. That's the rule.
What gets me is there was people who are in those GM meetings where they went and went over a bunch of the most recent controversial goal and no goal calls reviews, and they
Mhm.
mostly agreed. But those people in those rooms are the same ones who are complaining when something happens on the ice because they don't know. They don't know if
Mm.
it's a goal or not.
Yeah.
GMs aren't happy, coaches aren't happy, players aren't happy, fans aren't happy. Uh, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. Like, and it all comes down to consistency.
And like
And
you have entire segments on on like 32 thoughts and on Daily Face Off and all those podcasts where the guys, the Franks and the Elliots and the Chris Johnstons and all those types of guys are talking like, what are we doing here? This is
yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what is. I don't know what isn't a goal, and like everybody has a different opinion on what it should be because nobody knows what it is, and that's a problem.
It is a problem. I mean, obviously, it's one thing for you and I and the regular fan base to not fully understand because we're not privy to the meetings and to things behind closed doors. But when you have guys that are legit paid to break
Understand
down
what's
the
going on.
sport
Yeah,
and they don't know, like that's a problem. The coaches don't know, the players don't know, nobody knows.
yeah.
Like how is that a thing? How can it possibly be that the players and coaches and management don't even know what the rule is or what could possibly be called interference? Like
Yeah,
it's fucking asinine, man. Like that's ridiculous. How do you play the game if you don't know what the actual rules are?
I
Like
don't,
it's just that's so stupid.
I don't know.
Just
And like what,
it's it's
what,
like
what
it's like paying taxes and then they redo your taxes because you did your taxes wrong. Well, then what's the point? Like
what's
why
the
am I
point in
paying?
doing them in the first place? You're just going to do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
What
don't do that. Don't do what? We don't know yet. We won't tell you, but don't do it.
we're getting like a couple years away from just not being able to screen goalies at all. Like it's
Right.
it's stupid. Like
Yeah.
so many guys aren't going to have jobs in the NHL anymore because you know. I mean, look at Edmonton. They've got like four guys whose jobs it is to stand in the crease, but you're not
Right.
allowed to stand in the crease. So what?
Yeah. They spent like 20 mil annually just for somebody to stand there
Yeah,
in the crease, not around the crease, in it.
Perry
Looking
Hyman,
at
like
looking at you, Perry.
yeah. Anyways, um, so yeah, it sucks and it's too bad. I got to admit, I agree with the Connor Zary call, and I can't even remember what game it was. I think it was the Dallas game where he kicked the puck in. I agree with that one. That was a kick to me,
Hmm.
but the rest of them make no sense.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been okay with that call going either way if they would have called that a deflection or a direction of the puck. I I would have understood that. They called it a kick. I'm not really gonna get upset about that one. But the one after that with Farabee was ridiculous, and then the puck not crossing the line. I don't agree with that one at all.
Yeah, we have the technology to be able to see that, and we
Mhm.
could see it.
Yeah,
And I hate to, you know me, I can't stand when people bring up 2004 every 2 minutes, but
right.
this one legitimately looked like 2004.
It it did. Did we not have one in recent years with Coleman as well?
Yeah, but that was a kick. That wasn't. Did it
No,
cross the line or not? That was did he
no.
hit?
I'm pretty sure we had one. I can't remember if it was this year or last year with Coleman, where it was one the same scenario. where you could definitely see white on both sides. I don't remember what game that was, though, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I'll believe you. It's hard to remember all of them because it's so different every time.
Yeah, yeah.
But here we are. On the positive front, though, the Flames are starting to possibly bring in some of their younger talent. Adar Suniev got signed to a 950 grand AAV 3-year deal. The first year will be burnt. This kid has a hell of a shot. A lot of people are really excited about him. He's got he had 20 goals and 38 points in uh, 35 games in UMass. So very impressive stuff. Very
Mhm.
similar stats to Coronado when Coronado was playing for. Why can't I remember what
Boston.
Boston? Yeah, Boston College or
Mhm.
Boston University. I can't remember, but either way,
Yep.
um, yeah. So hopefully we get to see him. My assumption is that he would probably play with the Wranglers. He's not eligible to play playoffs with the Wranglers, I believe.
Mm.
But he can play lots of regular season games with them. He could also play regular season games with the Flames if we wanted him to. So um,
Yep.
good for him and good for Conroy getting the young guys signed and ready to go.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, 6'2", 195-pound left winger, shoots left. I think there's promise there. I like the skill set he brings, and I like his size. I
Still
think
very young.
yeah, so he's 20 years old,
Yeah.
so I think he'll I think I'm hopeful that it'll turn into something reasonable come the NHL
Yeah.
level.
Hopefully a good middle sixer.
Mhm. Yeah,
I think that's a reasonable expectation. Middle six could use some scoring punch. So yeah, that'll be nice. And that was the third round pick that we got along with Sharon Govich in the Tyler Toffoli trade.
that's right. That's right. I mean, if he turns into to be the main piece out of that deal, then fantastic. And you know, at the very least, we got the best year out of Sharon Govich we possibly could have. If he doesn't bring it up a notch, come the 25-26 campaign, and if
I still think he
Suniev
will.
can show us his worth, then it'll make that Toffoli trade even better. And
Yeah.
I was pretty happy about the trade to begin with. So
Yeah, I was too. And um, just a quick note on Sharon Govich, though. I maybe not a 30 goal scorer every year, but I could see him being a 2025 guy for most of that contract. Obviously, he had a terrible year, but
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I'm fine with
he's got the talent. So
yeah, I'm fine with paying a 20 to 25 guy, 5.75 a year. I'm fine with that.
at his age, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, basketball fans, are you ready to win real money? Check out Pick Six from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick Six dunks on its rivals, including prize picks. Just select two or more players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, and more. Pick Six is available in most states, including California, Texas, Georgia, Missouri, and more. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick Six and cash in your basketball knowledge. New players get $50 in Pick Six credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Download the DraftKings Pick Six app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick Six credits. Better payouts, bigger wins. Only with Pick Six from DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Any other young players you want to see come up and be given a shot here? The Wranglers are pretty close to a playoff spot, but they need to go on a little bit of a winning streak here. So it should be said that taking all of their all of their best players and putting them on the NHL roster might hamper them from making that AHL playoff spot. But
Yeah, like as far as bringing somebody up to see what we have, I don't know if like are we going to have an opportunity to bring in Perek?
last I checked, Saginaw is down 2-1 in their series. So if Perek gets eliminated from the OHL playoffs, then he's signed, so he can come up and play a few games with the Flames.
Yeah, I mean, really, that would be the only one. Like I do have interest in other guys in the Wranglers locker room, but I think given the situation they have there right now, I'm fine with just bringing up to two because I think we can only bring up two at the moment, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's what we're strapped to.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you want to waive Rooney or something, right?
Right.
Like it's
Yeah,
really that would be whatever.
which I'm also okay with, right? But yeah, but
Um,
yeah, I think let's see what Perek and Sunayev can bring to the table, and let the Wranglers hopefully go on a bit of a heater and have a decent playoff run because of it.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Not sure if they're going to make it. They've got a whole bunch of teams who are all floating around the same area, all within 2 or 4 points of the playoffs. So it's going to
Yeah,
be tight.
yeah,
Speaking
that's
of playoffs, are the Flames going to make it?
in my opinion, no. No, I
Yeah,
don't think they are.
I kind of agree with that. Like, let me bring up the standings here. Wild
A lot of
card
ground to make
spot,
up.
the Flames are now 7 points back of a wild card spot. Both the Wild and the Blues both have 89 points. The Flames have 82. And they hold, both of those teams hold the tiebreakers.
Right.
The Flames have 2 games in hand on both of them, but if they win both of those, then they're still 5 points out, right? So,
Right.
or no, uh, 3 points out.
3. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, we're not even chasing the the Blues, really. I mean, the Wild tied up on the on the Blues, but I honestly think we have a better chance of catching the Wild than we do the Blues. The Blues
I
are
do too, but
they're really looking like they're on a run right now. They 10 wins in a row.
yeah,
It's
and the
it's
Wild, it's worth saying too. They're getting Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek back in short order here, so that's
yeah,
their superstar player and the guy who usually plays 1C. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that'll be welcome in that locker room come playoffs, right?
oh,
I mean,
100%.
they've had some real shit luck in the playoffs and even making it over the last number of years. So, they need all the help they can get to get over that hump. And
Yeah.
it'll be an interesting matchup depending on who they get. But
Oh, without a doubt. It should be fun though. It sucks. Obviously, the Flames are going to end in the mushy middle and not get a decent pick. this year. It
Mhm.
sucks, but there's going to be some good matchups in the playoffs. You know, the Kings and Oilers. I think the Kings are well set up to give the Oilers more of a run for their money than they have the past couple of years. Um, the Stars and Avalanche. You know, Mikko Rantanen playing for the Stars. That's going to be a good one to watch too. I'm sure he'll be driven to try and beat them. Um,
Mhm.
and the Avalanche are just fun to watch in general.
Yeah, exactly. Also still kind of interested to see what Jets team shows up. Obviously, they've been pretty dominant for most of the season, but that can also be the detriment to teams as we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hear something ridiculous?
Do I?
Oh boy, do you. So last year, the Washington Capitals had a minus 37 goal differential. And this year they have a plus
65.
67.
No. Yeah.
How
Jeez.
how about, I guess Pierre-Luc Dubois is the glue.
Who would have thought?
Not me, that's for fucking sure.
Not I. No. No.
Um
I literally would have told you the opposite.
yeah. Are you
Speaking of which, do you think he's going to get it next game? Ovi, that is.
maybe
Well, with style with a hat trick.
yeah,
He's
if
3
he
away
gets a
now, is he?
hat trick next game, Ovechkin will pass Wayne Gretzky.
And he'll
That's
do it in one less game if he's able, isn't it?
yeah, that'd be pretty fun, hey? Who are they
Yeah, that'd
playing
be.
next? You know?
If I don't. Let me go this way. Let's do the phone because it's quicker.
Oops.
I think they're playing Friday, right? Oh, they're not on Friday. Interesting.
They play. They played today, and he got a goal.
Yeah.
They play Chicago on Friday, and then they
Yeah.
play the Islanders. He could very well get a hat trick against Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. That almost seems too easy, right?
Yeah.
That's that would be something else, right? Because I mean, as it sits right now, he has what 892 goals in 1,485 games, and just a note that Gretzky got his 894 in 1,487 games. So Ovi's 2 games back right now and 2 goals. So if he can get that hat trick and take it, he can do that record in one less game. That would be pretty impressive, especially in today's NHL in comparison
Very
to
and
what the great
his
one had to shoot at the time.
yeah, and I mean a lot of people make fun of Ovi for all of his empty net goals or whatever, but let's be honest, the Chicago goaltending tandem is basically like shooting at an empty net some days, unless you're the Flames. But yeah,
Well, I mean, Ovechkin doesn't really have that much of a name for himself for hitting the crest of goalies, right? So
yeah,
that would be the difference between him and the Flames.
yeah.
What
I
was what
wonder
was
how
that
many.
joke that Kron said earlier today?
Oh, with Michael Backlund.
Yeah,
Fuck, I
I
can't
assume he
remember.
was referencing that 2-on-1 with him and Farabee.
Yeah, yeah. He said something along the lines of goalies' chests are getting quicker these days.
Yeah, yeah, they sure are. Yeah, yeah. I think everybody thought he was going to. Well, I mean, obviously, we thought he was going to go over the net because that's kind of his thing. But something along the ice to hit a pad to bounce out to Farabee may have been
Create a
the
good rebound.
the better
Would be
option.
nice.
Yeah,
I think he tried.
yeah. At least he tried.
Anyways, yeah, it's been a tough watch the last little while. Like I thought the Flames played really, really, really well against the Stars and probably deserved that W
Yeah.
a little bit more than they got. Um, the Oilers game was not great, I thought,
Yeah.
by the Flames. And same with yesterday's game against Utah. I thought the Flames came out and played really well for the first like half of the first period, and then they just kind of sucked for the rest of the game. And
Yeah.
it's too bad because it's not like they're giving up or anything. I don't think that. I just don't, they don't have the horses. The Uyghur's great. Anderson's been struggling, and other than that, they don't really have any like legit top defensemen, and they don't have game breakers, and they don't have
Yeah.
players that are really really good at keeping the puck in the offensive zone and putting pressure on for a long time. So
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the issue, right? We just don't have that guy or
yeah,
those guys, right? We need somebody that can put the team on their back for you know a few games, and we just don't have that guy.
yeah. I mean, Kadri was doing it pretty good for a couple weeks there, but I mean, Kadri's best slotted, in my opinion, on a good team as a second line center. Um,
Yeah.
and he's playing first line center minutes because the Flames don't have a number one center. Huberdeau is probably best slotted as a second line winger, and he's generally like they're playing on different lines, but they're generally playing similar amounts of minutes. You know what I mean? Like they're the top two players on the team, and they're both guys who would be better slotted on the second line. So
Yeah.
it's just where the general spot where the Flames are at right now.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's 100% true. And both like Kadri and Huberdeau are playing around the 21-minute mark, which is even more than their line mates.
Yeah.
They both do get a couple of extra shifts just because and rightfully so given the current roster. I mean that makes sense, but yeah,
Yeah.
but you're absolutely right on 26 other teams. They're second line players.
Yeah. 100%. Um, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to get into today. Do you?
Not a ton. I mean, the games were just they were what they were. The road trip they deserved the 1-1-1.
That's
It
pretty
was
good.
it was pretty much as expected, par for the play on the ice, right? They, for whatever reason, after their last road trip, which they really went up against some high level teams and did very well, they go out this time and forget that it's a 60-minute game. It's they started slow, and then by the third period they're the dominant team for the second half of the third period. And I mean, obviously we should give some props to the fourth line, right? Because that was pretty impressive um, against the Abs, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second because like Rooney's never amazing. He has had some good games. He's had mostly not great games this year, but he's had a couple of good games, and
Mhm.
I thought that he was better than usual against the Avs. Klapka was really really good, and Lomberg's
Yeah,
been playing pretty good over the past few days or few games as well.
yeah. I
Um,
think he really enjoys playing with Klapka. It's nice when you're a smaller player, when you have a giant out there. It just makes you feel that much bigger. Not that Lombard needs any help
and not that
acting big.
Klapka's going to drop the gloves.
Right, exactly. But I mean, he can lay a thunderous hit if needs and stuff like that. But he's reasonably good at playing the part of a power forward as well. That is Klapka, right? Like he can come out of the corner with the puck, and he can be pretty aggressive going towards the net, and he's difficult to get the puck away from.
and it causes a lot of mayhem, right? A guy
Yeah.
like that driving the net from the corner causes
Mm.
defensemen to kind of get lost, and I can't
Yeah.
remember if he scored the goal I'm thinking of, or if somebody else grabbed it and scored it, he came out from the corner and shoveled it on net like 3 times, and the defenders had no idea what to do, and then it just kind of found its way in.
Oh, I think that's Lomberg, and then Lomberg set up Klapka for the shot from the hash mark, roughly for the tying goal. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scramble one was Lomberg.
Yeah. So it was good. It's good to see a little bit of depth scoring. We could use some more of it. It's good to see
Mhm.
Sharon Govich get on the board. Would be
Yeah,
nice
that
to see him pot like 10 more in the next few games, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
no, but I mean, it was nice in that shootout where he decided to actually shoot the puck like he can instead of attempting the deke like he did earlier in the season in the
Yeah.
shootout. Right?
Yeah.
He actually went back to what got him the contract and his confidence.
Yeah.
And you could see it right at the beginning of the Utah game too. Like he had that really good scoring opportunity where his stick snapped, but he was ready to fire at the puck again, right? And it's like, yes, this is
Yeah.
where we need you to be. You need to be a shooter. Quit
And
fucking
then
around
his
with
stick
the puck.
snapped, and then he
Shoot
stopped trying to shoot.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
It just messed him up, right? It's like, God damn it, just let him get the shot off because he's probably going to score if he's able to get a proper shot off.
Oh, I thought that was going in if he was
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
release it.
Yeah,
How
he had a high likelihood of getting a goal there, and then yeah, just snaps in half with your standard wrist shot because he can really fire it off with that snap of his.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some playoff hockey. I doubt the Flames are going to make it, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to watching some playoffs. I get very engaged with other games, other teams' games when the playoffs start.
Mhm.
So it should be fun.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good postseason, I would imagine. It would be nice if the Flames found a way to drop down to the 10th spot if they're not going to make the playoffs. Obviously, that's tongue in cheek. I know that's not going to happen either. I think they might even have more of a chance of making the playoffs than dropping into a top 10 pick role. But
I
I think,
haven't checked in a while, honestly, because I haven't thought that that it was going to be possible for the past couple weeks.
if,
But
without looking, where would you think the Flames are in the league right now as far as position goes? If you're really going on the typical Flames
I would say somewhere
standing
between
spot,
I'd say somewhere between 16 and 16.
correct?
I'm staring at
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I
it.
figured as much. But I mean, that's typical Flames right there, right?
Yeah, and in order to get a top 10 pick, like the Flames have 82 points, and the Islanders, I believe, hold that spot right now, and the 10th overall slot, and they have 74 points. So we'd
Yeah.
have to drop significantly, considering there's only how many games is there left? Like
Yeah.
eight
Eight.
eight games left for most teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Not
unfortunate.
gonna happen.
Um, I'm taking a little bit of solace in the fact that I don't think the Devils or the Panthers are going to get too far in the playoffs this year.
Right.
Um, I think they're both going to be out in the first round, honestly. So that should at least give us a little bit of value with those 2 first round picks from them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, right. If we can have a couple in the top 20, great. I guess.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. I don't really see. I definitely don't see the Devils going anywhere. Florida, a little more of a wild card in my opinion, but I don't know that they have it in them. Their season is way different than it was last year. Obviously, not having Kachuk for quite a few games now, ever since the Four Nations tournament, probably isn't helping their standings position at all. But
and not
I
having
think,
Ekblad or Montour or Lomberg or
yeah,
I mean Ekblad I think is going to be back 2 games into the playoffs. So, but they're pretty much just rely. I mean they've got Seth Jones, which has been helping them a lot, but they haven't been playing great lately. So.
Mhm. Yeah. Unfortunately, Sam Bennett isn't going to take him to the promised land all by himself.
And Tampa Bay, I mean, it's looking like they're probably going to face Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's been playing fucking great lately, and Vasilevsky looks
Mhm.
like, uh, yeah, nobody wants to face Vasilevsky in the playoffs this year. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, teams don't want to play against him most years. He's a really good goalie.
Yeah,
Hmm.
future Hall of Famer. There's probably already a plaque ready.
Yeah, there are certain guys where there's just there's no questioning it whatsoever, right? Just dust it off, just go through the routine. You know, there's there's been quite a few of those guys in the league, and he's definitely one of them.
Anyways, short show today. Make sure you hop on to the YouTube channel and subscribe to that. Put the little notification bell on so you get a pop up whenever we put up a new video or go live. We've been doing a few live shows lately, so that's been a lot of fun. And thanks to everybody who joins those for
Mhm.
commenting and asking questions. I've actually had a lot of fun doing that lately. I'm pretty sure Chris has too.
Yep. Yeah, I do like interacting with the viewers. It's a lot of fun, answering questions, even if the viewers are calling us out for something stupid that we said or whatever. Let's have a discussion about it and have some fun when we do it live. Yeah, if you're ever up for it, if you haven't come and participated in one of our lives, feel free to do so, and we can have a good discussion all together.
I'm far too hard headed to admit when I'm wrong, so I just admit when Chris was wrong.
I'm not wrong.
It's much more fun that way.
I'm never wrong. What are you talking about?
Anyways, make sure you hit us up on all of the other streaming platforms too, the Spotify's, Apple Apple Music, all that type of stuff, and uh, yeah, download our episodes and cheers. Go Flames, go.
Just go Flames, go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Cheers.